Thank you for coming to our concert. We are the Orange Coast Musical Arts, although we seem to have become an offshoot, the Foothill Musical Arts, because we're not behind the orange curtain. So I'd like to introduce Mr. Don Holman in the back. He is the mastermind behind the Homeschool Musical Program. We are going to perform 3 pieces for you. This is the beginning band. They started playing in October. And our first piece for you is a traditional African song, Kumbaya.
which is theme from the last movement of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. You may recognize it. It's been used for radio commercials, television commercials. If you're old enough, like me, you may even remember when it was made into a pop song called The Ninth of Beethoven. So anyway, this is the Ode to Joy. Next piece is a little familiar French folk song. You may have heard it many times with music boxes. It's known as A Clair de la Lune. Also was used by Claude Debussy in a couple of his pieces. Next, another familiar song, Frere Jacques, sometimes Are You Sleeping, or also known as Brother John. And we're going to play it as a round. So. Next, we're going to do a little American fiddle tune. It's called Boil Them Cabbage Down. I don't know what it really translates to. I guess boil the cabbage. And the students are going to be doing what's called double stops. They're going to be playing two notes at the same time. Now, you may have heard them do some of that by accident. This time it's on purpose. And they get really good at this style. They can get a job working in some of the specialty groups down at Disneyland playing fiddle. the beginning portion with a piece called First Scale March, and it's based upon the first scale that the students learn, the D major scale. And it actually is written for 5 different independent parts, so all the students have to know their parts. So we're going to have 3 of those parts here tonight. Normally we only have 3 parts anyway, so actually I guess we normally have been able to cover 4, but right now it's 3 tonight. Anyway, first skill march. Okay, let's go back to 29. 29. 1, 2, 2. So this is our intermediate string players. We're going to start off with a piece called Wexford Circle. It's written by Elliot Borgo. Writes some very wonderful things for very young musicians. He also writes some very difficult things for advanced college groups. Not too much in between. So anyway, hope you enjoy these. Everybody was playing A first. Let's just check your A's real quick. Playing A. D's. G. Ready? theme. Some of you, anybody remember an old TV show called Masterpiece Theater? It was on PBS. It's a theme from that. It's called Rondo. And what a rondo actually is, in the English spelling, it's R-O-N-D-O. And it's just a theme that keeps coming back around. So you have like, what you're going to hear here is the A theme. And then you hear some different music, then it goes back to the A theme, and then something else totally new. And it comes back to the A theme. So anyway, this is the Rondo by Murray. Murray, I'm not sure how you pronounce my French. I never did well in high school in French. Mainly because I never took a class. Rondo. The next piece, theme from one of the themes from the New World Symphony. There's actually some controversy. Was he trying to write things that, by the composer Antonin Dvorak, was he trying to write themes that he heard in the New World, or was it just a piece of music he composed while on an extended stay in the New World, the United States? So there seems to be some controversy. I'm not going to tell you one story or the other, but this is the theme from the New World Symphony. Right now, because they really did something that I've been bugging them about for a while. Elizabeth, Jaden, thank you for looking up. I've tried to teach them, anytime you see, and there could be some words that begin with the letter R that are printed in music that means something other than you're going to slow down and watch the conductor. I don't know what they are. I haven't seen them in my 66 years on the planet. But, boy, they looked up at me, and that was great to see them see as we slow down. Okay, we're going to have a few solos right now. And we should do our programs in the order. So, our first solo, Elizabeth, is going to play a piece called Free Skating. Version of some Star Wars in. We tried one Star Wars piece with this group, but it was actually far too difficult. But Jaden Della is going to give you Luke Skywalker's theme. Jaden Della, by the way. Next piece is actually an old English folk tune. I didn't know that. I thought it was an original by a popular duo by the name of Simon and Garfunkel back when I was in high school. But Annalise Roca is going to give us Scarborough Fair. Violin duet, Natalia Roca and Rocha, I'm sorry, named it incorrectly, and Catherine Olterbeek on the, whoops, I didn't put the title on there, Moonlight Tango. And I apologize, ladies, I was so intent on getting Catherine and not Elizabeth listed there, I forgot to put the title in. Our last soloist, Matthew Wong, playing Gavotte. hear or go to watch the next Star Wars, maybe what, 17 or 18, we're on that 7 right now, and I think Disney plans on releasing one a year.
Yeah.
You may hear some of these people on soundtracks. Beverly mentioned that, Mrs. Wolterby mentioned that at All-Star at Glendora, yet I know, I met my wife who was also from Glendora.
See?
Yes, and actually it was a young man who was a few years behind my wife and I in college, and he played on a number of those scores for John Williams and the LA Philharmonic, and another very fine clarinet player, I think, did some recording. So it's not out of the realm if these guys want to make a career out of music, and they can do it. It's not the reason why we're here. We're just here to give them a good time with music, teach them a little something, but it is something that could happen. We're going to finish up with a piece called Clog Dance, also written by Elliot Del Borgo, and hope you enjoy it. The kids seem to enjoy playing this one. For about, I don't know, 25 to 30 years, somewhere in there, I lost count. I've been involved with a music camp that meets during the summer months. We're up in the San Bernardino Mountains, and it's called the Wildwood Music Camp. Students come to the camp, and they come in, check in on a Sunday afternoon, and stay until the following Sunday, and they spend the vast majority of their time playing their instruments. Whether they're band students or orchestra students, they'll have 3 what we call large group rehearsals a day. They then, also involved is a section rehearsal time. Everyone has a section coach. All of the coaches are either performing professionals on that instrument or credentialed music teachers who that is their major instrument. They also break in and they have small ensemble experience. Playing duets, trios, quartets, so that they'll spend an hour a day playing ensembles. All told, they put in about 6.5 hours with the intermediate camp, playing per day. They finish up a week and you come up and hear a final concert and you go, how did they get so good in 1 week? Well, because they've been playing a lot. And there's a lot of retention factor when they go from one rehearsal to the next rehearsal, just a few hours later or even the very next day. The camp is, not all of our students here would be available to go to the camp. And I do have brochures if some of the parents are interested. They look like this. I have applications also if you're interested. It's open for students entering grade 6 up through going into grade 9, finishing 8th grade now. A lot of the 8th grade students go into the high school camp. 9th graders, what we call entering 9th grade next year, have their choice. They can go to either the intermediate camp or the high school camp, or some of them even do both.